What's up, guys? Here's another tutorial on another sample track. So here we have a really old, I believe 50s or 60s sort of French orchestra sort of sample that I took from online, and I basically chopped it up and did some really cool things to it that I can show you how to do. And I will explain, there is drums and stuff on it that I've done, but mostly this is a tutorial on cutting up samples and adding them and blah de blah and pitching and just cool stuff. So here I will show you the sample, what it sounds like after all the things I've done to it, and then I will show you exactly what I've done to it. So that is a sample, obviously, and what I've done is, well, first of all, I made it sync to the BPM of the drums and how fast I want the whole song to actually be. So how you can do that is down here, this little purple thing, kind of looks like a timer, one of those sand timer things. You click on that and then it will say flex time, you'll say yes, and then you click yes. And then you'll go to flex time here and you'll have all these options of flex time, and the one you want is polyphonic, which I don't really know exactly the meaning behind it, but the way I learned is that if it's on polyphonic, it basically will just sync itself to everything else and however fast you want the BPM it to be. So this is at 100, so this sample is set to sync with 100, and all the drums and everything comes together with that. So that's the first thing. Then I also pitched it down, where you can find in here in the plugins, you go all the way down to audio units, Apple. The one I really like to use is the AU new pitch, which looks like this. I'll make this bigger. Oh, I can't make it bigger. Anyways, you kind of see here it has like a little bar, you go up and down in pitch. This one's set to negative 480 cents. So yeah, this is pitched a little bit down. I'll play it without the pitch and play it with the pitch so you can hear the difference. So that's with no pitch on it, that's how it sounds normal. And then this is with the pitch. So you can tell the difference there, it's a lot lower. So that's one thing I did to it. And then another thing I did was reverse the whole sample. So the sample is completely playing in reverse. So that's why you hear that striking sort of note in the beginning. The first thing that comes in is that. But beforehand that was at the end. I just like the way it sounds. The way you can do that is you double click on this sample you have, and here you'll have track or file, and then you'll go to file, and then you'll have functions, and then it will say reverse. That's what you'll click, and then it will just analyze the whole thing, and it will reverse the whole thing, and then it plays in reverse, and it sounds really cool. I like to do that with a few samples, you know. It doesn't work with every sample because playing things in reverse, for obvious reasons, doesn't always sound good. So moving on now, what I actually did with that first bit, so this is the first sample. As you can see, it kind of looks like one long bar, up to 5 bars. But then here, if I solo this, you can see that this is the same thing but just cut up, and I'll play that and you'll hear the difference, because I remember I mentioned that striking note in the beginning. I took that and I used it as a sort of rhythm, and then I put it in certain places. So here, I'll show you what it sounds like. So you can hear the thing striking in certain spots and it sounds pretty cool. So that's what I did. Everything is the same. It's pitched, it's reversed, all that stuff that I just mentioned. And then here is where I added the drums to that. So here I also edited this one now. This is the hi-hats. This is open hi-hats though. So I edited those to cut out, come in, be in certain places, just like I did with the first sample I was just talking about. You can hear that now. So it sounds like that, and then if I add the like closed hi-hats, it will sound better like this. So it sounds pretty cool like that, and then I added a snare. So that's the snare, and then I added a double snare too at the end. Not the end, but every second snare. So. So you heard that like boom boom in the snares. It's one of my effects I really like to use. It sounds pretty cool. When I put everything together and play it for you, you'll hear why that works so well. I use it for a lot of tracks. This I believe is an open hi-hat, an extra one, an extra track with an open hi-hat, but it's a little bit more higher frequency, so you can kind of tell the difference between the two. I'll play it and you'll hear it probably. It's like in the first beginning, so it's like it's more of a like higher pitched one. If you hear this one alone, it's more like a and then this one is more of a higher like sort of sound. So I just kind of mix the two of those, put them in different spots so they're not like on the same thing. It sounds pretty cool. So I'll just bring back in the drums, the hi-hats, snares, and now here we are on the kicks. So here's the kick. So that is the kick. There's not much to explain about that. I put kicks where I liked them, where it sounded good. That's really a personal option. You know, you like your kicks where you like them, basically. And then the bass line is the same story. It's how I like the bass, higher pitch, lower pitch, whatever you like. And I'll play it with the bass, and then, well, this is the whole song played together, so you can hear everything I just explained. Oh wait, here's one more thing. I also added a bell, like a sort of, yeah, just this sort of high-pitched bell that I added to hit when the snare hits. So I'll play that and you'll hear the bell. So you can hear like the snare, and then it's like a ding with a bell over that. Sounds pretty cool. I like to use it. So I'll play it all together so you can hear it.